Also, prevention is better than cure. And maybe you have your blood test results and your doctor said that everything is within the range. But sometimes the range in the lab is quite wide and you want to sit somewhere in the middle. And we also want to see if you have any nutritional deficiency. So in this 3-minute challenge, there will be some times when you will be able to join me live on the Zoom and ask me anything that you want. And remember, if you want to learn something new, you have to forget everything that you knew about it. So you are starting with a clear head. And not everything is going to resonate with you, and that's fine. So take only what serves you in this moment on your transformational journey, and the rest let go. So all that I want to do in this mini challenge is to educate you, entertain you, and execute, which means you take action. But this is a general advice. We don't know each other, and I have never seen your questionnaires and your blood test results. So you have to make a wise decision and maybe consult with your doctor before you make any change, because you are unique and you need unique approach. So let's look at what is immune system and why it is important for you to stay healthy. So immune system is basically a self-defense system in the blood and in the lymph that responds to the danger and damage. It is so smart and so complex that it will protect you against all the invaders. So you can see on this picture that there are like macrophages and they are fighting with bacteria and viruses. And this system is also going to learn about all the bacteria and viruses, and then it will adapt and respond accordingly. So it means it's going to create tolerance, because you don't want any autoimmune disease. Autoimmune disease like Hashimoto, psoriasis, rheumatoid arthritis means that your immune system was not able to recognize what is self, what is your own self, and started to attack it. So we will also look what are the approaches that help to balance the immune system. So balance is the key. So once these white blood cells, the police of the body, recognize that there is a danger, they will destroy the malfunctioning cells around that were, for example, attacked by the virus. And they are also going to clean all the mess in the tissue after them. Isn't it smart? Everything in one place. So it is nearly impossible for us to avoid viruses, especially in this time. You know, new viruses, new replications. So your immune system has to constantly create new antibodies and learn new information. And we have several pillars of the immune system. So we need to take care of our barrier defense. So that's the skin. You don't want to have dry skin or damaged skin. So you need to take care, especially in the winter months, of that. So choose wisely your washing products. Preferably, you want something that has natural oils that are antibacterial, and it keeps your sebum, the fatty acids, intact. You don't want to strip everything away, because we even have the microflora, good and bad bacteria, that are living on our skin, but they are there for a reason. Then we have innate immunity, which is basically the white blood cells, kamikaze, neutrophils, that are going to kill everything that they see because they want to save you. So they are going to use their body and attack the viruses and bacteria. But then we have another part of the immune system, and that is adaptive immunity. These ones are very smart and specialized members of the immune system, because they have learned all the billions of information about every antigen, and they are presenting it. They created the antibodies. And then whenever you meet again the virus, they are going to quickly destroy it without signs and symptoms of the disease. So you can flow, not even knowing that you were just in contact with that virus or bacteria. And we also need all these organs like kidneys that are going to filter the lymph away, all the dead bodies, and liver that is going to create all the enzymes, and spleen, which is like a graveyard of the dead cells that is also going to filter out. So you see how complex this system is. So let's look at how you can prevent the damage of your barrier, the first line. So you want to take care of the mucus. Where do you have mucus? You have mucus in your nose. And in this mucus, you have all the white blood cells and antibodies that are trapping the pathogens and destroying them immediately. You can have maybe even low levels of mucus when you are struggling with your sex hormones. So if you are in perimenopause or menopause and your estrogen levels are low, estrogen is responsible for the mucin creation. That's why you might even suffer with vaginal dryness and then possibly catch infections down there. We also have mucus in the gut. So all this tube, these 9 meters of the intestine, have small lining of the mucus. And in this, we have immunoglobulins A. So these antibodies that are trapping the bacteria that you swallowed with the food. But even lungs are protecting you. So when you inhale through your mouth, all the toxins and all the parasites and viruses are going to be trapped by the cilia, these small projections, and they're going to sweep them away. So it's going to create the mucus that you can then eliminate from you, or you can swallow it and goes to the gut. So in the gut is very important because it's only 1 cell thick, and 70% of the immune systems, all these white blood cells, the police of the body, are residing all around the lining of the gut. So if you are under stress, if you are sensitive to gluten, if you have any food allergies or sensitivities, if you are bloated, the chances are you have leaky gut, which means your intestinal permeability is increased. You are bloated, irritated, you have pain in your gut. And then whatever bacteria is in there can leak into this cell, into this tissue. And your immune system has to work very hard. So it's triggered, and it can cause inflammation, irritation. It can make pain and make you tired and even increase your blood temperature or increase your body temperature. And this is because it's trying to protect you. We also need as a barrier the urine and sweat, but I'm not going to give you details about urine, but I definitely want to mention here the importance of sweat. So going to sauna and steam room, because you are eliminating all the toxins through the skin. So why is innate immunity so important? Because this is the first line, the first neutrophils, the kamikaze that come, and they're using the parts of their body to release some chemicals like histamine and protect you. But in this inflammation, in this immune attack, you will create heat, so temperature will go up, redness, so maybe you can have like red irritated skin, maybe even swelling because the water was brought to that area for the repair, and you will feel tired and you will have the pain, fatigue. And this is normal because the body is telling you rest and relax. So in acute immune attack, yes, but the chronic tiredness, fibromyalgia, headaches, tiredness, you need to discover what is the root cause of this issue and eliminate it. Is it the food? Is it any substance in your environment? So here I prepared a slide with my blood test results. And you can see leukocytes is the white blood cells. We have around 60% of the white blood cells are neutrophils, these kamikaze. They're very short-lived. They just come, kill and die in the process. Then we have, for example, eosinophils. And when they are increased, that is a sign of food sensitivity, which I actually have, and I need to get it always under control. And then we have basionophils and monocytes. So these monocytes, they are going to develop into macrophages, big eaters, and these ones are involved in cholesterol. So when you have oxidized cholesterol and it's damaged in your arteries, you have there this plaque. The plaque is because the macrophages, the white blood cells, came and they were trying to clean up the mess. And there are strategies how you can lower your cholesterol levels and how you can prevent the oxidation, the damage from the free radicals. So what is adaptive immunity and why is it so important? You want that your body creates immunocompetent ability. So it means that the T cells and B cells. So T cells are in thymus. That is the organ in your chest. It's a training center of these T cells that are responsible for damaging or like catching the bad cells and viruses in the cell. And B cells is in bone marrow. So it's a training center in the bone marrow, and they are responsible for taking care of the immune system in fluid, so in the blood and lymph. And this training in the thymus and in the bone marrow is so tough that only 2% of the cells survive this drill, and 98% die in apoptosis. So apoptosis, it's a programmed cell death. That's what we actually want, because if we have any misreplication, if we have any mutation, if we have any damage to the cell, we don't want these cells to replicate and circulate in our body. So if we have a good adaptive system and it's strong, it will kill all the viruses and bacteria even without knowing it. So chances are you might not even have any signs or symptoms of the infection. And this is basically the theory or strategy of the vaccination. So in that vaccine, you get a part of the inactive virus, and your body basically gets this information about the antigen, and it can create the antibodies so that it can protect you in the future. Lymphatic system is also very important, and on this picture you can see the green lines and the knots. So these lymphatic knots, anytime when you are fighting any infection or inflammation, you may have swollen knots. And for women, for the prevention, you should also check your breast. If there is any swelling, you should go to the doctor. Groins as well, testicles for men. Spleen is very important because it is a graveyard of all the trapped antigens and dead bodies and needs to be filtered out. And notice that all these antibodies and immunoglobulins are having amino acids, so protein, and that's why you will hear me saying, eat protein with every meal. So what are these antibodies? If you got your blood test results, maybe you see this IgG, IgA, IgM, IgE. So each of them is serving another purpose and has different shape. So on this picture, you can actually see immunoglobulins G, and they have a Y sign, and actually it's like a docking station. So when you have your mobile phone and you put it into the docking station, it will recognize it and it will like pass you some information. So these docking stations can actually attach to these antigens the parts of the virus, and it can block it from replication. So that's why we need the antibodies. And for example, in your gut, you have this immunoglobulins A that are trapping the viruses that could potentially enter with the food. They are also in the mucus, in your nose, vagina, and as I mentioned, intestine. And IgE, maybe you have done the IgE test, so did I. And if you, for example, have leaky gut, unfortunately, the IgE are going to show that you have a food sensitive to anything that you eat, because through the leaky gut, these parts of the food came there and your body is now fighting against it, taking it as an invader. So what we don't want, that these antibodies and our immune system goes crazy and it starts to attack our own cells. So this is basically the autoimmune disease like Hashimoto, which is damaging the thyroid, or psoriasis, when you have a fast turnover of the skin more than it should be. It can be rheumatoid arthritis, it can be multiple sclerosis in your brain, it can be lupus that is attacking and damaging the internal organs. So that's why the immune system is so important, and you would want to know which building blocks you need and which food you should absolutely avoid, because it's triggering the inflammation in the body. So what are the well-being strategies to boost the immune system so that you can flow through your days with ease and you have enough energy? So first of all, it's stress management. Stress, it's usually perceived stress, is this illusion that you create in your head. Our brain wants to protect us and always gives us the worst case scenarios. So we have the fear of failure, fear of unknown, and fear of scarcity, that we are not going to have enough. And here I don't talk only about materialistic part, but even being very possessive with partners or attaching ourselves to outcome. And when something doesn't go our way, we are frustrated, and that causes stress. So how you can manage stress? So first of all, it's the mental mindset. You want to get away from this victim state when you are blaming the external circumstances. You are blaming that you don't have enough time, enough money, that people didn't do the things that they were supposed to be. So stop blaming the external environment. Don't behave like this thermometer outside that reacts to whatever happens around. Rather, set yourself as a creator. Have your own thermometer, how you want to live your life, and turn everything into advantage. So even if something doesn't go your way, like for example, a client will cancel a consultation with me, and I could be a victim and I can say, well, now I'm not going to earn enough money, and I'm not going to find a replacement so quickly, and that's terrible because it completely changed my day. No, I can turn it into positive, and I can say, wow, this is fantastic. I can film another video as a valuable content for free mini challenge or online programs or helping other people. Or this is brilliant. I can make a decoration or bake cookies, or I can meditate. So there is always advantage, and everything is happening for the reason. So this is the creator mindset. And you can also ask yourself question, why do I feel the way I feel? And it's not only asking why one time, you can ask 5 times. So why do I feel frustrated? Because I'm going to lose money. Why is it important for me to make money? Because I want to pay the bills. Why do I need to pay the bills? Because whatever. So it gets you to the root cause of your problem. So mental well-being and stress management. Then also a regular physical activity. So you need to move, and it's not enough to move once a week. So that's, you basically pack it in one session. No, you need to have physical activity every single day. It's creating serotonin. It's creating all other hormones and neurotransmitters that are going to help you with the focus, with elimination of the toxins through the skin. It's going to completely like change the heart rhythm that you have, and it's going to adapt you to the resilient, be more resilient to the stress. It's also good to burn the calories. You definitely want to improve the sleep. And here you can have the 3, 2, 1 routine. So 3, stop doing the like work, or stop eating and doing the work 3 hours before you go to sleep. 2 hours before you go to sleep, you want to switch off all the social media, and 1 hour before you go to sleep, you want to prepare yourself and have the routine. So maybe taking a bath, taking a shower, making the massage of your face, maybe doing the meditation or reading the book. 3, 2, 1. Avoid smoking and alcohol. How many times I have mentioned this to all of you, but really, alcohol is a toxin. If it was healthy, it would be given to our children, and it's not. Alcohol is ethanol. It gets turned into acetaldehyde that is highly, highly toxic. It's damaging the gut lining in your stomach. It's even stomach lining. It is blocking the antidiuretic hormone. It is messing up with your neurotransmitters completely. So yes, for a while, it's going to make you feel relaxed because it will release this gamma aminobutyric acid, and it will help you to fall asleep. But you are going to wake up in the night. You are going to feel thirsty, and you are going to have probably headache or some withdrawal effects in the morning. So sometimes ask yourself, why is it that I need to drink 1 glass of wine in the evening? Why is it making me happy? And would there be another strategy that I can take? Smoking. I don't have to tell you that it's toxic, and that with every puff you are inhaling 4,000 chemicals, all these free radicals that are damaging your DNA. And when the DNA is damaged, then it replicates with the mistake. And if the cell replicates 5 to 7 times, it creates mutation. And this mutation is then creating cancer. So if you can, as a New Year's resolution, quit smoking, it would be absolutely fantastic. Ditch the processed food and sugar. So the industry knows how to find the sweet spot, something that we absolutely love, and they make it in a correct combination. It will be never too much fat, because it would make you satisfied very quickly and you would stop eating. And it's not going to be overpowering on the sugar, because it would make you sick. So there is this sweet spot, the right combination in sugar or fat, that will create the addiction, the dopamine neurotransmitter center, so that you go again and again to buy it. And you might be saying, but I don't buy anything that has sugar. Sugar has 60 names, and you can download the PDF that I have for you, so that you know where it is hidden and how to recognize it. And I will also prepare a sugar-free challenge for you. So keep watching and subscribe to my email list to get the latest information. You definitely want to fix the nutritional deficiency, because we need so many building blocks for our immune system. We need minerals such as zinc, magnesium, we need vitamins, vitamin B12, and then all the fat-soluble vitamins, vitamin A, E, and D. And chances are that if you are under stress, you are depleting all these vitamins to build other neurotransmitters and chemicals. And therefore, you need to eat great combination of the food. And I'm going to share this information with you as well in the mini challenge, and in the course Eat Clean, Get Lean, and in the mastermind Unlock the Secrets of Anti-Aging. So you can check already all the details of these programs. Dysbiosis. I already mentioned that 70% of the immune system is residing in the gut. So in this tube that is only one cell thick and is very fragile. And if there is a micro hole, all the toxins and bacteria can penetrate. And dysbiosis, it also causes macrobiota overgrowth. So we have a good bacteria that are serving you well, creating the vitamins, and then we have bad bacteria that are actually communicating with the vagus nerve and sending signals to the brain saying, tell her or tell him to go to eat something sweet because we are craving sugar. We like sugar because sugar creates the gas and it's good food for us and it causes the bloating and inflammation. So that's what the bad bacteria are doing. And food sensitivities. So there is a full list of food that you need to eliminate if you are suffering with bloating, farting, diarrhea, and constipation. And that is a topic for 2 hours. And it's included in every online course that I have. And then I already mentioned the skin barrier with the microbiota living on our skin. So we have, for example, streptococcus and other bacteria that live with us, but the aim is that they don't overgrow. So we need to keep everything in balance and taking care of the skin. So which one is the most interesting for you? I am going to share in details in other videos.